Hi, everybody. I know it has been quite some time. You guys have not seen me in about 6 months. Yeah. Well, I hope you are ready for story time because, boy, do I have a life update for you. And it's it's been great. Let's just say that. But a lot of things have happened. It has been some beautiful things, some difficult things, a lot of growth for sure in between. Um, but while I stepped away from creating content, um, I was standing still. I was definitely standing still. I was building, literally, figuratively. I was healing, still healing, definitely learning, and most importantly, I was trusting God through the season that stretched me in more ways I can even imagine that I didn't even think that was going to stretch, but definitely stretched me um, a lot of ways that I just never even expected. But the biggest milestone that I would like to share with you guys is that I became a homeowner. Yes, finally, I have become a homeowner and first time buyer. This process was not easy. I started this process honestly in 2023. And Benjamin and I finally moved in March of 2026. So, yay, Benjamin, we got our home. He's so excited. He has his backyard that he can run in, and it has been fantastic. But if you want to know the journey, hold on to your bootstraps because I'm here to tell you about all the um, sacrifices and moments of uncertainty and just the opportunities that I didn't even know was the opportunity and the practice, Lord, the practice of patience. At this point, I feel like if you looked up the word patience in the dictionary, you saw me and Benjamin's face next to it. So, purchasing a home was a very, very huge goal of mine and a desire and a wish that I wanted to come true more than you could ever know, ever since I lived in New York. But there was always a hurdle, there was always something that was kind of stopping me. So, back in 2023, I decided to get a consultation from a mortgage loan officer to help me understand what are the things that I needed to learn or do, the steps to take in order to purchase a home. And he looked at my DTI and he said, "Girlfriend, your DTI is too high. You just purchased a car." I had just purchased a car in 2023, September, a Acura Integra red stick shift. Oh, she was clean, all the bells and whistles. Her name was Billy Jane. Shout out to my brother for helping me get that car. I loved her so much, but she had my DTI not looking the best, and girlfriend buying power was sitting at 95K. What you buying at 95K? Honey, by the time, even if you tried to get a condo, those HOA fees is going to eat you up alive. So it just wasn't looking so good for me, but I was not giving up. I said, okay, it may not be this year or next year, but let's just get these steps and follow them. God said, I got you. 2 weeks later, on a work errand, sat down to grab me something to eat. I sat in a booth that was facing the window where my car was parked and watched my car get totaled. I knew right then in that moment that it was nothing but God. God said, I want you to see what I can do. I'm going to make sure you're safe. I'm going to make sure you're okay. But if this is your biggest hurdle at this moment, watch what I can do for you. That was the power of God like it was no other, just to be able to witness that and see that. Now, don't get me wrong, in that moment, I said, oh Lord, this woman hit my car, okay? But I knew where it was coming from. My car finally got totaled out in March of 2024. And at that time, of course, my debt to income ratio, it looked better. Things was turning around and turning into my favor. And I was under contract for a new build in October of 2024. Now, with this goal, it was a long time, and I am incredibly grateful. And this journey wasn't easy. There were a lot of delays, a lot of decisions, a lot of sacrifices, moments of uncertainty, and many opportunities to, Lord, practice patience. Okay, like I said before, if you see patience in the dictionary, I'm right there smack dab next to it. Okay, but more than anything, throughout this process, this season brought me so much more closer to God. I found myself praying differently. I was trusting differently. I was showing up differently. Um, I started to really be more intentional about the life that I wanted to create, instead of focusing on only the things that I wanted or the things that I did not want. Sometimes we focus so much more on the things that we don't want. And I just started to focus on the person that I wanted to become. God taught me that waiting is not wasted time. And that was a huge lesson for me to learn, because I felt like I had been waiting for a very long time. But it wasn't wasted. And sometimes the preparation is just as important as the promise. So whoever needs to hear this, I'm telling you to hang in there. I promise you it gets better. This season came with a lot of gains and losses. Some look like in relationships. Some opportunities appeared. Some things I thought I needed fell away. And there were some blessings that appeared that I never saw coming. But what I learned about growth is that it often requires making room. And I saw God doing that for me. And I needed to just stay in the assignment. I always practice this in my readings, that when you are growing, when you are evolving, when you are elevating, not everyone is meant to travel with you. And not everything we lose is meant to be replaced. So as we go through this journey, as I share my home with you, my life update, and I just want to let you know that as I look around this new home, I don't just see walls and the furniture. I see answered prayers. I see perseverance and evidence that God is faithful. And I just give all glory and thanks to him, because without him, this would not all be here. This would all not be just fruitful. Thank you so much for just being patient with me. Thank you for giving me grace. I'm still working on giving myself more grace, and I'm looking forward to what's next. This new chapter feels less about achievement and more about alignment. I'm entering this new season with gratitude, intention, and a deeper understanding of what truly matters. Again, I'm just grateful that I have this platform to be able to come and talk and to share and build this community, and just having patience with me while I've been away. I'm so excited to reconnect, share more of this journey, and continue building this community together. I can honestly say I bought a house and a car, y'all, 24 hours apart. That's amazing. And if you've been through a season of waiting, growth, or transition, know that you are not alone. I'm still going through it. And the next chapter is just beginning. And I can't wait to share it with all of you. So thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you guys on what is up and coming with B.O.L.D, Burning Old Labels and Distractions, Tarot YouTube channel.